is up today, guys? It's Mystic Dreamcatcher, and today we have What If Total Drama contestants were in the Circle, or Circle, whatever the fuck. Now, for those who haven't watched Circle, basically what it is 50 people get trapped in an alien ship, and one by one they have to execute each other every 2 minutes until there's only one person standing. Of course, they don't know that. They think it'll stop at some point or eventually they'll figure a puzzle out. But realistically, it's just until one person's left. So I'm going to try to do this as realistic as possible. Here are the 50 I've chosen. If you guys like this, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Alright, so in the movie, what happened was, since nobody really knew what the fuck was going on in like the first 10 minutes, 5 people randomly died because no one voted for anyone because they didn't know they were supposed to. And when no one votes, one person just randomly dies. Alright, so here we are, 1 through 50. I'm going to do this 5 times for 5 random contenders to die. The first number is 2. Oh, well, there goes Sierra, dead as fuck. Cody's like, what the fuck? I feel like Sierra would be one of the bitches to get zapped right in the beginning, just cause she would protect Cody too much. I'm sorry, Cody, come over here to the singles. And I kind of tried to pair them up to make it easier for us to follow along. Alright, and the next person, number 18. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. No, Amy, that's such a sad fucking way to go. I feel so bad. Oh well. Alright, 48, the number's 5. Courtney, dead as fuck. Get zapped, bitch. Here you go. Go to the singles. You too, Amy. Which she probably wanted. She probably did not mind one bit. It's all been girls, by the way. 1 through 47. Numbers 24. No! It's Junior. Aw, poor little guy. Oh well. He got zapped. I bet the dad's probably freaking out and crying so hard. Because in the movie, when you get zapped, you like stay there for a couple seconds laying down dead before you get like pulled away because you have something magnetic in your arm and it just kind of like pulls you away so they can't see you. God, Dwayne is probably sobbing a righteous one. But that's probably a good thing because a lot of people would have not chosen Junior because he's a kid. But since now there's not really any kids here, it'll be a little bit more free room. Alright, and here's the last bullshit out, being number 35. Oh no, it's my man Justin, poor bastard. I also feel like he'd be a bitch to get out like that. Cause he's like handsome and shit, he wouldn't have anything to do with anything anyway. Alright, now at this point of the game, people started realizing, hold the fuck up, we're voting each other off. Now let me sort all the people who are considered villains. Alright, from Heather all the way to Joe is people who I think would be villains. Some of them only due to their partner, like obviously Brick isn't a villain, but Joe kinda is. Same thing with Taylor is, but not Kelly. Ryan isn't, but Stephanie is. So, in all reality, I think everyone would kinda collectively vote. Most likely Chris, because I feel like they think he may have something behind this. So he'd get electrocuted as fuck. Alright, and then I don't know, this gets hard because right now they know they have to quickly choose someone to get electrocuted. I feel like Scott would slip up and say something very fucking rude he wasn't meant to and would just get immediately zapped. Then everyone realizes Kelly is old and so they electrocute her, unfortunately. Followed by her daughter since all she's doing is cussing and screaming at them and, saying that she'll sue or whatever. It's sad that she had to see her mom die, but it's a good thing we get to see in the end that she actually did care, but she just didn't show it, and so when she saw her mom die, she realized it was like too late. Alright, and so the next, I feel like everyone will kind of turn on Lightning, because he would also say something fucking stupid. Probably something egotistical. Then everyone who felt bad for killing Dwayne's son realized that he's also old, so dead as fuck. Then Chef, who is Chris's accomplice and, also old-ish compared to them, dead as fuck. They're just getting rid of the old people. I don't think there's anyone else old. I don't know if Jose is. I mean, I think she's like super evil, and then the contenders of R&R would be able to say she's evil, and so I just feel ultimately she would get zapped. Alright, then I feel like Ennui and Crimson would also slip up and say something like, "Death isn't that bad. Really, you should embrace it." or some dumb shit like that, and then he would get zapped, immediately followed by Crimson, because when he dies, she'll look down at him and say, "Oh, wow." You know? Dead as fuck. I feel a little bit bad for them, but that's just how I think it would go. Alright, and the last person on this row, 35th, goes to... I think they would all agree to... honestly, probably electrocute Amy. Because Amy, you know, isn't crying or anything, and I feel like someone would pick up on that. Like, Amy, your sister, your twin died, aren't you sad? And then she'll try faking it, and then they'll call her out on it, and then, you know, zap zap. Congratulations, moving on up. Alright, so now at this point, I feel like the people in pairs are definitely starting to get fucking noticed. So I feel like all of the, you know, all these fucking people would vote for, you know, someone in a pair, and then people like, you know, the scared bitches who are scared to do whatever, and well, they'll basically do whatever as long as it's not them. And so I feel like the first pair put up would probably be Jeff and Bridget, since they have the strongest relationship. And so I feel like they would zap Jeff out of existence. And then they would immediately do the same thing to Mike and Zoe, since they're like very strongly bonded. And boom, zap, Mike is gone. Now these two aren't... I feel like they would have a lot more sympathy for siblings, so I don't think they'll go after them yet. The daters, yeah, they're definitely zapping probably Stephanie, leaving Ryan to cry and sob, but I feel like no one would have too much sympathy. I feel like everyone at this point would kill him, you know, right after, you know, just cuz. So at this point, everything is in a fucking frenzy. Alright, and at this point, I'm pretty sure that Eva has kind of taken control of the group, like the group who says, yeah, let's make it fair, or whatever the fuck. Right, Eva's in control of that group. Feel like Duncan is, because he's pissed about Courtney dying. Feel like, for some reason, I just feel like Izzy is with that. Anne-Marie is with it. Joe is probably with it, and so is Alejandro and Heather. So these are like the main antagonists right now. And I'm sorry for those who don't think Izzy would be an antagonist, but in this case scenario where like already all these people died, and her seeing this, I feel like at some point Izzy would say, alright, best chances of survival, join majority. And with that being said, I unfortunately think Lindsay would die, and I think they would choose Lindsay over Tyler just because they would know she's dumb and she shouldn't live anyway. Trying to find out a way to word that wasn't fucking rude. Alright, and then you know, at this point everyone's heads just kind of go to Sadie's direction. Sadie dying, and then they're immediately voting off Katie to die because she's crying and whatever the well, crying in this will get you killed apparently. Alright, we're almost halfway there. I feel like everyone's keeping Elodie around because she's super fucking smart and she's trying to figure out what this is. I feel like the next to die would be Ezekiel, just due to his previous sexist remarks, and they don't want a sexist to come out of here. Even though he's not a sexist, I don't think he's a sexist. I just think his parents might have been, or his dad at least. And he was just saying what he heard. I don't think he's a sexist though, because after they got onto him, he has not said a single sexist thing since. He learned it was bad, it was wrong of him. Now he learned, give him a chance, bitch. I mean, well, not here, he dead. Too late to give him a chance. Alright, and the last person before making it halfway, 25 contestants, 26th place goes to... I feel like Harold is dying just due to his unpopularity and the fact he may be dating LaShawn. It just all depends. Either way, I don't feel like Harold, fuck. I don't feel like Harold is very popular with this group or whatever. Not with the ones who are left. Alright, now we're down halfway. We got rid of half the contestants. Alright, so... at this point, everyone starts scrambling and pointing fingers as fast as they can. The last finger that was pointed, deciding who dies, is most likely my girl, Eva. Duncan might have even, you know, voted for her just so he can get power of this like little mini evil thing that's kind of deciding what's going on. Alright, now with that being said, I feel like the final lasting relationship of Emma and Noah is finally being figured out, and most likely Emma, to be honest. Alright, and so now here's the part where it gets a little bit harder because, you know, the shorter that things get, the less people they have to choose. I feel like the next one they would choose to die is most likely probably Joe. Strongly. Oh! I didn't even notice Alejandro and Heather. Shit. I'm gonna go ahead and put like Alejandro like right there, I guess. Alright, now I feel like Anne Marie is dying next just due to, you know, her sass and whatever the which means we are down to our final 20 life forms. I feel like the next one to go is Izzy just due to her past and her very violent nature. Followed up by Heather because, you know, everyone, you know, just looks at each other and realizes everyone else is just better than her. Then followed by the vegan, mainly because no one knows her and, you know, she's vegan and that might be part of their reason to vote her. Alright, now I feel like Duncan throws up Jay's name, saying that these two need to be separated, but I feel like some people go to their aid. Now, people scared as shit, willing to kill them, I'm gonna say Noah. Lashana, honestly, Lashana, I feel like, you know, I feel like if Lashana's back is cornered like this, you know, to the point of death, I feel like she would definitely do anything to try and make it not her. And I just feel like these would be the only three. Like, these two wouldn't publicly vote him, but, you know, they still would. And I feel like everyone else is just kind of choosing Duncan for that. Alright, and now we don't really have any fucking assholes or whatever. But, unfortunately, I do feel like Noah is dying next. Final 15. Oh boy. Alright, and the next... I feel like at this point... DJ would probably sacrifice himself because that's something you can do. And then the next turn, Brick would probably do the same thing, but like it would be extremely hard for him, unfortunately. Now I feel like just due to no one really knowing her, I feel like they're gonna vote Elodie to die because I'm pretty sure they all figured out it isn't a puzzle and her usefulness has expired. Followed by most likely Cody, mainly because Cody is just Cody, and that's about it. I can't really explain their actions, but I feel like it'd be towards Cody. Alright, and here's the final one before the top 10. And at this point, I feel like everyone is kinda secretly voting Mickey. Which is sad, he's gonna get electrocuted and Jay's gonna be like, what the, you know, like, what was that? But here we go. Final 10, unfortunately, 10th being Jay himself, because he's crying and everyone, you know, crying is bad in this apparently. Alright, now 9th place, I feel like the guys are just kind of backed into a corner. And so right after one another, I'm actually going to say Tom dies first, it's that, unfortunately, leaving only girls. I know some of y'all might be mad at that, but at this point, with how everything went, I feel like all the girls would notice and totally kind of have like a secret, yeah, you know. 7th, unfortunately, going to Gwen. I feel like just due to her having like a whole bunch of winnings or just like enough fame time, and her controversy with Courtney and Trent and Duncan and Heather and basically everyone ever, I just feel like she's a candidate to die right here. Alright, and the last person on this row is my girl, Jasmine. I feel like for some reason, just due to how tall she is and her being Australian or whatever, I feel like these guys would just vote her, you know, mainly out of fear, except maybe Ella and Dawn, but I feel like these three would. Alright, in 5th place, I feel like is simply going to Ella. Just due to her being on a different season and then these final 4 not really knowing her well. I feel like Dawn really liked her, but at the end, Dawn knows what's about to happen. But it doesn't matter, because I feel like at this point, she sees everyone else, and at the last minute just steps off, killing herself, as that is something I believe Dawn would do nobly. And then Lashana and Bridget voting off Zoe. And so now what happens is, in the movie, one of them had to, like, vote, or else both of them would die. And so I feel like that's happening here. And so I feel like they would wait until eventually one steps off. Either that, or it'd strike one of them randomly. And I don't think either are stepping off, so let me do a random strike. Alright, so heads is Bridget, tails is Lashana. I'm gonna flip whatever it lands on. That person is dead. Heads is Bridget, tails is Lashana, and Lashana died. Meaning that the most, what I believe to be realistic winner of, of total drama characters were in Circle. I do believe Bridget would walk out of there very scared, scarred, crying, and alive. Good job, Bridget. I feel like that's a pretty good ending. I'd be happy with that. Bridget's a very good person. If you guys like this, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you want me to do this again, let me know. Obviously, I would shuffle the characters up. Alright, have a good day.